Good day to all. My name is Vien Husana, and I am an 11th grader from Batch Raysiano, class of 2021 to 2022. My thesis research is about the value of modesty in dress according to Seventh-day Adventist belief. My main objective for this research is to design a garment with the qualities of a traditional conservative modest dress, but with an added element of elegance to fit in the modern era of fashion or dress. And this is aimed for the young Adventist Filipino women. My background being a Filipino Seventh-day Adventist youth and having an interest in fashion led me to pursue this topic, and of course researching on this.
My thesis research is entitled Elegance and Simplicity, the Hidden Beauty and Sophistication in Conservative Fashion. To achieve my main objective of designing a modest, elegant garment for Adventist women in today's era of fashion, I have three specific objectives to achieve this. First is to unveil the hidden beauty of traditional modest clothing. Second is to define and understand the principle of modesty according to Adventist belief, and to retrace a historical example of traditional Filipino dress in the context of simplicity and modesty. My references for this research includes writings by one of the founders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church named Ellen G. White, a couple of online sources that define true modesty that is based on Adventist beliefs, which include how to dress modestly as a woman, and of course, I'm also citing from the scriptures or the Holy Bible. As a Seventh-day Adventist youth, I grew up knowing how to dress appropriately, or as a female, when I go out or attend church on our day of worship, the Sabbath day. But when I was pursuing this research, it helped me understand better what the principle of modesty that we Adventists cherish and follow as Christian people, and why is it important for us as Christian women to dress modestly according to God's will. Being modest in dress and character helps us become humble, healthful, and give glory to God. Being a Filipino, I also looked at what would modest Filipino women were in the past. Of course, that includes what articles of clothing are considered to be modest, and of course, what was in fashion back then. I also included what the first generation of Seventh-day Adventist women wore and how it is different from what conservative Filipino women wore before Adventism came to the Philippines. To design a traditional modest dress fit for the modern era, I also looked into the designers who design modern garments based on traditional or cultural clothing. They are Hana Tajima, who is a British-Japanese fashion designer, Caroline Mangosing, a designer of Vintage Gallery, and the remaining two are Laura Jeffers and Tony Horn, and these last two people are both Seventh-day Adventists who took up fashion. I also tackled on modern-day clothing that as-day women find suitable or unsuitable to wear. Well, more specifically, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, up until today, one of the most important guidelines to be followed by Adventist women is to wear a modest dress when attending on a Sabbath day. It is also a guideline that the Seventh-day Adventists should wear modestly, whether they are at church or not. Today, there are some Seventh-day Adventist youth who sometimes find such modest apparel unappealing or uncomfortable to their tastes, and thus they only wear modest dress, or at least a proper dress, when they go to church on the Sabbath. Thus, my research will address issues regarding myths of modesty, how conservative modest dress is found to be inconvenient or even unappealing or unpopular for others, and as well as the lack of appreciation for the value of modest conservative clothing. I am also exploring and gathering uh, my studies into a collection of sketches and possible outputs to aid me in designing a possible Filipino modest dress according to my research. A combination of symbols and visual elements to create a hypothetical thesis output that reflect what I have gathered in my research and in my inquiry in order to design the modern modest garment that follows the principles of modesty.